Hey friends, we're out here hanging out in the adventure van, and I want to show you a piece of camping gear that I use all the time. We're constantly taking the Sprinter van out for overnighters. Sometimes we're doing some tent camping or camping out at the cabin, and this piece of gear is my absolute favorite. This right here is a Swonder really quick boil camping stove system. Now typically we've used the jet boil system, which this is designed almost exactly like. So I'm going to show you a couple of differences between the two. I'm going to show you how to put this one together, and then we're going to give it a test. Now you can see all the parts that this little Swonder camp stove comes with. This is the main unit. It's got this pretty cool designed kind of topography looking insulator that goes around the main unit. That just helps protect you and your skin from this thing getting really, really hot. We have a really nice lid system. It's got a little pour spout on this end if you're making liquid like water for coffee. It also has this strainer end on this side that allows you, if you're boiling noodles or something like that, you can strain out the water and keep all of the food material inside. And again, this is just a really nice little easy plastic top that comes on and off. As you can see, the inside of this stove is pretty darn deep. We've got a little bit of a measuring system on this side. You can see that it's measured in milliliters. You really don't want to overfill these though, especially if you are cooking a lot of liquid. They tend to boil up and over. So again, be very, very careful. This has a nice little handle system. As you can see, we can push this together. It gives us a nice carrying surface, and then it can fold up to make storage just a little bit easier. Now this is the part that looks exactly like the jet boil system, maybe a touch different. You can see this kind of fin system, and this is what really allows this thing to heat up super, super fast. So again, that's the benefit of these types of systems, is you can boil things and cook things really, really fast compared to your traditional camp stoves. Now the base unit looks exactly like the jet boil as well. This plastic piece may be a touch more flimsy, but it really does feel decent quality compared to a jet boil. We have our igniter switch right here. We can push and it's going to ignite a spark where the butane or the fuel is coming out of. We also have the collapsible regulator right here. This flips out and allows you to twist in the counterclockwise position here, which opens up the flame and allows it to, again, boil at a really high flame rate. Or again, you can kind of close it up and just get a really light boil going. But again, there's not a ton of regulation on this. It really is either all the way open or just barely open. On top, you can see our little spark igniter right here. And again, this little area is where our fuel is going to be pushed out of for that spark to ignite it. Now the two of these things can actually be stored in one another, just like this, again, for better storage if you're backpacking or something like that. Then when you take it out, you need to look for these little tabs. You can see one right there and on the other side. And that is what's going to slot into these little grooves over here. And then you're just going to twist to the right to lock it in. And as you can see, that's nice and tight now. Now we also have a couple additional pieces here. This is a base stand, and if you push these legs out like this gives us a really nice supportive surface that we can stick on the bottom, and then you can stick your fuel container on top of here just to add some extra support. Now to be totally honest, with a big cylinder like this, I usually don't use the stand. I kind of just keep this directly on a table because this usually gives me enough of a supportive surface on its own. Now, one of the things that is included, which I really, really like, is this little stovetop system where you can use an additional pan that's not included, and you can actually put that pan onto these little fins and cook on more of a flatter surface, more of an open surface. So the way that you use this is we're going to use it directly onto our igniter. Now you have to make sure these fins are in the open position like this, and then they'll just slot right down on top of that ring just like that. And now again, you have a flat surface where you can put a pan on top. Now remember, doing it this way is more like a traditional camp stove. You're not going to get the benefit of this fin system that's down here, which really helps heat things up and makes things hot very, very fast. Now the last thing is to take your fuel canister here, and what we're going to do is we're going to insert it directly into the bottom of the Swonder camp stove. We're just going to twist that on. And I like to do this with the van doors open for airflow. Don't do this in an enclosed area because it does release a little bit of that gas when you first push it on and when you first take it off. So you definitely want to have some airflow so you don't get any gas trapped in a enclosed area, which could be dangerous. And here's a look at everything put together. As you can see, the system is really, really nicely designed. Again, just like a jet boil. So basically all we need to do is turn this nozzle on. You can hear it start up and you can see the gas coming out, and then we use this little trigger here to fire things up. Okay, as you can see, that flame is going really nicely. What I can do is I can take this and regulate it just a touch. Let's turn it up. That's really going now. And then as you can see, we can turn it down a little bit and we get just barely a little flame coming out there. Okay, after about 1.5 minutes, you can see with the lid off, we're already getting a nice boil going. And even just waiting a few more seconds, you can see it's really going now. So that was maybe less than 2 minutes. Super, super quick boil. Again, to turn this off, we'll just turn this to the clockwise position. It kills the flame. And as you can see, it calms down the water a little bit. We still have that boiling effect, nice and hot. So there you go, friends. That's the Swonder portable camping stove. A really, really cool piece of equipment. Again, you will absolutely love having one of these quick boil systems. I just use it for all sorts of stuff. This one's working pretty good. So we're gonna give it some more testing over the next 6 months. Make sure it holds up as well as our jet boil has. But this may be a really great budget-friendly option for some of you out there wanting to get outside, wanting to enjoy the outdoors, but not wanting to break the bank. So there you go. If you like this, you can find it right here on Amazon. If this review has helped, hit that thumbs up button for us, and stay tuned. We got a ton more of camping and adventure tutorials / review videos to bring to you and make your life just a little bit easier. We'll see you again on the next one.